All right, Joshua, thanks so much for joining us here on Astro SuperSport. It's really nice to catch up once again. I want to take you back to obviously such a great moment this season for you with Watford as well. Your hat trick against Everton, likely to be one of your best moments in your footballing career. Where do you rank that match and that win for you?
Um, no, quite high up to be honest. Only because I was there and didn't get given a chance, and obviously come back and the fans were allowed back in the stadium, and obviously scoring a hat-trick is special for any player in the Premier League. So I'd put that up with my top two, top three.
Top two, top three. Wow, that's pretty high up there, like you said. But well, what did Claudio say to you after the match, after you scored that hat trick?
The boss, no, he was just happy with my performance. He was obviously thrilled with the goals and that we won and got the points, but he was more glad about my overall performance, keeping the ball, hold up play, making unselfish runs, and working hard for the team, which is a part of my game. But obviously, when you get your goals, and that's a bonus.
So how are you in general settling in at Watford then? Because I think there were a few other clubs that was of interest of your service, let's put it that way, in the summer. But what was it about Watford that appealed to you, and how has things been going for you so far?
Watford was one of the clubs that shows the most interest early. I knew already at the end of the season that they were interested, and as a player you want to go to a club where you feel wanted, and they also told me as they see me as a 9. In Bournemouth, I played a few times 10 on the wing. Again, when I came for 5, 6, 10 minutes for Everton, I played on the wing. So they wanted me to be a number 9, and that was one of the main decisions, and easy for me to say like, okay, this is a good fit. And I already knew a few of the lads here, and it's an amazing club. I always loved playing at Vicarage Road when I played for Bournemouth, and so it wasn't really a hard decision. It was just perfect timing.
I think what you said that was really important, the fact that the club really showed that they wanted you, because you referenced earlier about your time at Everton, and it wasn't the best of times really, and it must have felt really a huge relief that you are getting the minutes now, because that's all a footballer wants really. They just want to play most of the time. But why did you think it didn't really work out for you at Everton?
Oh, you have to ask Mr. Ancelotti. That's not for me to answer. I did what I could in training and did everything right on the training ground. First in, always did extras and did all my stuff that I could do. There's nothing I could have.
So he didn't explain anything to you? Didn't give you any feedback?
Pardon?
He didn't explain to you why, or he didn't give you any feedback whatsoever?
No, I didn't get nothing. And that was the frustrating part. Obviously, if you sign for a new club and you don't get given a chance or get to play, I'm expected just honesty and just tell me the reason, and I'll take that as a man. And as a player, I know that's football, but I didn't get anything. He just told me he was going to play me and don't worry about game time, this and that. But the day I signed, I didn't really speak any further than that. But that's football, and obviously since coming here, it's been a fresh start for me personally, and I'm enjoying my time.
Well, I'm sure that you found by now that Claudio Ranieri's character is a little bit different than Carlo Ancelotti's as well. You've worked under quite a few managers, Munoz, Eddie Howe. How is Claudio different? What was he doing things differently in your eyes for you?
One, he's very honest. He says it how it is, which is what I personally like. I'm an honest guy myself. He's straightforward. He don't overcomplicate things, and he's a simple man. The most important thing for the boss is that you work hard for the team and give everything. If we lose together as a team, but there's no way we're going to lose not giving everything and going off that pitch thinking that we could have done more. And I think that's a good thing to have, because obviously there's better teams than us in this league, of course. But as long as we can look ourselves in the mirror and look at each other in the change room and knowing that we gave everything for each other on that day, on the game day, on a Saturday, If we win, lose or draw, then we do that together.
So I spoke to Wes Morgan a couple of weeks ago, and he highlighted how Ranieri sometimes have quite quirky ways of motivating players. I wonder if you've seen any of that quirkiness so far.
No, I've not really paid too much attention to that. I don't know. He seems like a very good guy. He wants people to work hard, but I do think he's good on individual. He knows how to get the best out of each individual on the pitch. But I'm 29 years old now. I don't think he's been too quirky with me, but maybe some of the other lads. But I can't really answer.
Yeah, of course, of what he said was quite a few years back as well. Also, I want to talk about how you helped Bournemouth to stay up for many seasons in the Prem and being the top scorer for them a couple of times. What have you learned from those seasons that you can bring to your experience at Watford? Sort of a Joshua King 101 guide to survival.
Ooh, no. When it comes to the management of the way, not the way he wants his teams to play, but what he expects from his players, Eddie Howe and Claudio Ranieri is quite similar. They both expect maximum effort, run for your teammates, unselfish runs to create space for your teammates. But my experience as a player is obviously it's depending on what game we play. Obviously, the Premier League this season I think is the most
very interesting.
I think this Premier League season is the most amazing to watch for fans. I think you have the best managers, you have the best players in the world, and the league this year is just amazing. Imagine you having Ronaldo back at United. He would have thought that 4 years ago. So no, the Premier League is amazing, but we have a good squad here, a good team. Claudio just came in and he's slowly getting his philosophy into our heads and the way he wants us to play his way, and we have to listen and try and do that the best way we can. Obviously, we lost the first game against Liverpool, then we won against Everton, and we lost on Saturday against Southampton. But it's a long season, and we need to take every game as an important game, because you don't want to get to February, March and look back and thought, oh, we should have done that better in August or no, November or December, because every point is crucial in this league, because everyone can beat everyone.
You were talking about, the whole incident of Cristiano Ronaldo returning to the Premier League. Who would have thought of that? I mean, but I do have to mention that in the Premier League, we are seeing a lot of Norwegian talent, a generation of exceptional talent playing at top levels around Europe. I mean, yourself, of course, and Odegaard and so on. How would you maybe personally like to see someone like Erling Haaland play in the Premier League? You've played alongside him, of course, for your country, but I don't know how you feel about having to go against him instead.
I'm not a defender, so it wouldn't bother me. But no, he's so young and he's so talented. He's only going to grow. He's already now one of the best strikers in the world. I'll put him up there with. You have Lewandowski, you have Lukaku, you have Erling, you have Kane, Aguero, Suarez, but he's up in that bracket. Would it be great to see him in the Premier League? Yeah, because he's the best league in the world. But right now he's doing his stuff for Borussia Dortmund. Sadly, he's injured now. We got important games for Norway next 2 weeks. But no, I'm very sure we'll probably see him in the Premier League in the future. But again, he's what he's doing is amazing, and his stats are a joke. And to believe he's only 20 years old, he's got a lot of years ahead of him.